We are answering your questions about voting in election 2020 with Guilford County Board of Elections Director Charlie Collicutt. Remember, you can text your questions. We got everything figured out. So here we go, Charlie. This person says, my witness signed my ballot, but we overlooked the witness print name and address request. What's going to happen with my ballot?
Yeah, that ballot will not be able to approve that ballot as it is if you're missing those components, those required components. But we will at some point send you some type of way to cure this. Don't know what that is right now. We're tied up in some litigation, but that you will get something that can fix this issue, so we can either count that ballot or another ballot that we may have to send you.
All right, and let's clarify that, because people are asking, hey, what is going on with all this litigation stuff, and what's going on with my absentee ballot?
Right, it's confusing. We've had fits and starts of trying to do it in different ways, but at the moment, due to some kind of confusing litigation from different courts and different judges, the cure process for these absentee ballots that are deficient is halted temporarily while it gets figured out. So if ballots are good and they do have all of the required info, they're still going to be moved along and approved. But if there's a deficiency, we're unfortunately in a holding pattern on those.
Okay, and at this point, we don't know a deadline yet for that.
That's correct.
Okay. This person is asking, does Guilford County have an absentee ballot Dropbox?
Not necessarily a Dropbox, but we do. When you come into our building, you should be able to move very quickly up to a counter that we have with staff behind glass. The law requires that we log the information of who's dropping off a ballot, so we just have to do that very quickly, and then you're on your way with minimal contact.
All right, so let's say you got an absentee ballot, but you do want to hand it in. You can hand it in at any early voting site.
Right. Yeah, right now at the office, at the Board of Elections office, but on Thursday when early voting begins, you can drop it off at any one of those 25 early voting sites as well.
And then on Election Day, the only place that you can actually hand in an absentee ballot is at the Board of Elections.
That's right. Early voting will be over, and you are not allowed to drop off an absentee ballot at the polling places on Election Day. The only way to deal with a ballot on Election Day is to get it in the mail, postmarked by Election Day, or get it to the Board of Elections office.
Okay, someone is asking, I will be taking my elderly mother to vote in person. What are the rules for helping her mark her ballot? Am I allowed to mark it for her? I know who she plans to vote for.
Yeah, that's a really good question of who can assist a voter. So if a voter due to age or disability is unable to complete the process or mark their ballot, then anybody can help that voter. But a near relative can help anybody, any of their relatives. So in this case, you can help your elderly mother or grandmother, and you can mark the ballot. But what we do need is for this person that's getting assistance to somehow be able to articulate that they want that assistance. We might ask the question, do you want help from this person? And then once we know that the voter wants the help, yes, the relative can help and they can mark the ballot. But they do need to not know what the person wants. They need to remember to ask that voter what they want.
Mm-hmm. This text is, do I need to re-register to vote if I already voted in March this year for the primary?
No, registration is permanent as long as you remained inside Guilford County. If somehow between March and now you moved away out of the county and then you've come back, then you will have to re-register. But if you've been here the whole time, you do not have to re-register.
This person is asking, what is the biggest reason why mail-in ballots are rejected?
Yeah, I would say that the biggest reason is that the voter didn't sign the application on the envelope itself, or they didn't get a witness. Those are the two biggest ones.
So remember those signatures. They're huge. All right, this person says, do you have to report a name change in order to vote?
We ultimately do need to get that name change. However, you can do that at the polls. So I would love if you went ahead and did it now. It's going to make it a lot easier when you do go to vote. But if you haven't done it yet, when you get to the polls, Election Day or early voting, you can go ahead and do that name change when you check in there.
And is there anything that you need to bring to show that that is your new name?
No, you'll just fill out a new voter registration application there, and we can update it.
All right, this person says, why is Social Security number required for early voting?
Yeah, it's not required for early voting. It is a requirement to, it is part of a requirement to register to vote. We need a Social Security number last 4 digits, or a driver's license number to register to vote. To request an absentee ballot, it's also required that a voter provide either the Social Security number or the driver's license number. That's state law. I could talk about it all day long as to why, but that is a requirement of state law.
And that is to get the absentee ballot, to get the request form, to register to vote, no matter what, but you don't have to show that on the day that you vote.
Right, you do not need that when you present to vote.
Okay, we're going to continue to answer your questions. We've got one last segment coming up. Don't forget to stick around and text your question 336-379-5775.